Hello. Um, yeah, this is just going to be a very short response to Viper, aka Degenerate Lost. Yeah, you attempted to paint me as in a bad light for being on Mr. T's panel yesterday. I got there late, was blindsided at what was being discussed. I was invited on there and told that we would not be dogging anyone or talking about anyone. It was just going to be a fun chat. That was what I was told. So I did get there late. The first thing I heard was Anissa and traders are pure evil. Okay, I like traders and Anissa. I don't think they're pure evil at all. So you can hear me asking some questions like, where did this come from? What is the backstory on this? Kevin and I were both uncomfortable and trying to change the subject. I'm sitting there not saying much because I was kind of in shock, blindsided. He did say Anissa was permanently banned and from nursing. I said, no, that's not true. But I was caught off guard, so I didn't have any receipts ready. I'm talking in back chat. Meanwhile, I don't feel comfortable with how this is going. I'm going to drop down. Kevin and I tried to change the subject. And, Kevin even said, we weren't going to dog anyone tonight and tried to get Mark off that subject. I don't know Mark that well. He wanted to try to grow his channel. And I had just met Ruthless, aka Carolyn. Seemed like a very nice person. I don't have a history with either one of them or know the people they interact with, and I felt like I was cornered there. The reason I didn't speak was because I wasn't co-signing anything he said, but yet didn't want to start a screaming drag out fight. Messages were being sent in Discord and in backchat. If you don't know the whole story, then I guess you can say whatever you want about me. I tried to get down to why he was doing this, I guess. I definitely didn't agree with the things that were being said, but yet I didn't know the backstory. So that's why I asked. I had not gone and watched what traders had said that made him upset. And I guess if you want to paint me in a bad light, feel free. So, and they deleted it. I'm sorry. I don't have any control over that. I was an invited guest to have a fun, lively, lighthearted chat with 3 other people. I'm not from that community. They talk about, Boyd, I think it is. I don't know what that is. Then I admit I was a fish out of water, so I just kind of sat there and tried to figure out a way to change the subject or, which is why I started talking about Ernie. You can see Kevin and I trying to change the subject or distract Mark. I still have not watched what traders said that got him so upset. So I didn't have an opinion on it. I'm sorry. I did not have an opinion on it, and I didn't know the facts, so that's why I did not speak up more than I did. Okay, I'm going to read the chat, you guys. Thank you. Appreciate showing up. I don't know. I just woke up and I saw that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Cohort? I'm a cohort? I'm supporting that? We deleted it. I was totally caught off guard. And was silently planning how I could gracefully get the fuck out of there. So, if you don't know what was said in back chat, if you don't know what was being exchanged in Discord, you don't know the story behind that whole thing, then please shut the fuck up about me. You know nothing about me. You're using this because you don't like me or my opinions or something. Because I don't like back your vendetta thing here. You know what? Yeah. So so I could see that was directed at me, which is fine. Go for it. You know, um, just be careful what you wish for. There, that's what I got to say. Oh, Dodie, I guess Mark said he's editing it and going to put it back up. I don't know. Love you, girl. Hey, Murphy. Hey, Jess. You know, I I was quite honestly in shock and thinking, what the fuck is going on? What are we talking about? Because I got there late. So I popped up in the middle of that and I'm like, what the fuck? This is our lighthearted, fun chat where we're not going to dog anyone. Yeah, I know he put something about, I hope you're ready, blame Katie and Mama T or whatever, but that was just, he was just kidding them. We were not going to talk about them. We weren't going to talk about anybody. That was what was said. That was the premise of this thing. So it was not, hey, Virgo away. Hey, Sheila D. Love you, Joss. Yeah, so there. That's my explanation. I don't know. I don't have much else to say. I do have something I'm going to go on and talk about later, I think, if I feel a little better. But I was just kind of shocked to see this, but then, there's certain people in this community that would rather divide than bring us together. And someone mentioned gatekeeping. I know certain people think that certain sources or certain aspects or certain cases are theirs alone, and no one else would be allowed to talk to people, talk about certain cases. How many times have I heard I was the first person to bring this case to YouTube? You don't own those things. You don't own these cases. I better never hear of anybody else talking about these cases that I'm involved in. I couldn't believe when I read that recently. Seriously, what the fuck? You do not own a case. And if you do, you better be talking about it 24/7. I mean, for crying out loud, do you see that on the national news, or like one station gets exclusive access to a case? What? There's a sense of entitlement like I've never seen. I don't know what I got into it for here. Yeah, Schmoopy, hello. Yeah, exactly. You knew who I was talking about, didn't you? Hey, Yankees. Did I miss anybody, Schmoopy? Squid Vicious. I said what I said. The Viper / Degenerate Lost. There we go. Did I miss everyone? Sheila D. I don't know what Mark. I think Mark was. I don't know. I'm not going to say because I still haven't watched. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on anything. Yes, I was shocked. I mean, traitors and Anissa are not pure evil. That was the very first thing I heard when I came off the panel. I'm like, what the hell are we doing here? What did I get myself into? We weren't going to dog anybody. We weren't going to dog anybody. We were just going to have lighthearted, fun conversation. As you know, I don't usually talk about creators, especially not on a personal level, and I never would have agreed to that. And I did get a message about being lured there under false pretenses from someone, so there you go. So I apologize. Hey, Shazzy Bear. I don't know. I don't know the whole thing. Mark loses his mind and then finds it. I don't know. I don't know these people, so that's why I stay in my own lane. I don't team up with people. I don't work on projects with other people. I do my own thing. So I'm my own community. I don't want to be in the drama community, but I keep being drug into drama. All I want to do is cover people that put out misinformation and correct that. Like I did yesterday with White Boy and his misinformation. And then over in Constance, I had people argue with me. I'm sorry, but that's not true. Well, White Boy said it. White Boy has all that information. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry, but what he's saying is incorrect. So there you go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about Mark. Actually, too much. So I don't know. Maybe that was just, well, I didn't know what was going on. So that's all I have to say. I apologize if anyone is offended or think I have cohorts or think I had anything to do with setting that up or that I didn't say enough or start a fight. I think once you have heard this explanation, look at it, you'll see I was trying to get the fuck out of there, silently plotting, and you didn't see what was going on in Discord and backchat, so you really have no idea to talk about my motives, my lack of participation, or anything else. And that's all I have to say. Hi, Eve. Hi, seriously. Looking to see what, I don't know. Let's see. No. Okay, seriously, I talked about this last night, but you probably missed it. A lot of people were live, so I know there wasn't a big audience, but no. Yeah, maybe you want to go watch that. I don't know. He said Candace was living in a tent with rap in Tennessee, and she was not. That was never true. Don, as you know, Don, and Candace had a fight. Candace tried to run down the driveway. Don jumped in the Subaru and tried to run her over. She jumped off and hid in the woods. She called her employer. Her employer came and picked her up. She did live with her for a while. And then she went to Dee's. And Don proceeded to drunkenly wreck the Subaru. So then she was gone for about a month, I believe. I think it was a month. And, Dee Dee was a really good friend to Candace. So then she did go back to Don. I believe it was a month. I could be wrong. She went back to Don. Okay, so then they got in another fight a couple of months ago. I'm not real sure on the times. I haven't plotted it out, but he beat her pretty badly. And people were worried that his attacks on her were escalating, and she left and went to Georgia to stay with Dee Dee. So she's been there for quite a while. 2 months, 3 months. And, meanwhile, White Boy's like, oh, she's living with Rap in a tent in Rogersville or Kingsport. Yep, she's living with Rap now. And dragging her for that. Because, he and Candace had a little falling out. Candace said some things about White Boy in Ernie's chat. So apparently the war was on. And, if you've heard me, if you listened last night, this is kind of a repeat, but then, Candace posted that thing about her girlfriend, West Virginia. I don't know what her name is now, but she was West Virginia Peach. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm glad you came out with our relationship. It was just another troll or whatever, like the thing with Mary or the stuff Candace does. I am definitely not sticking up for Candace or Don here. And, White Boy, made a whole live about scissoring. Candace has, moved on. She's living in West Virginia with this lady. They're scissoring. I've never heard anybody say scissoring so many times in my life. Oh, yep, she's a lesbian now. Yep, she's left Don. She's going the other way. He went a whole live about that. That was all a lie. She was still in Georgia, okay, with Dee Dee. So now suddenly Dee Dee did pass away, and that has been, 4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't remember how long ago it was for sure when I got told. Fred, her Dee Dee's husband, did not want it on social media. He did not want any mention of it. He did not want an obituary. He wanted it kept quiet. Because of the rumors that are started now. All right, if that's misinformation and I was misinformed, I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. I was set what I thought was proof, and I thought that was out there. So if that's not true, then I'll change that. I'll change my title. I apologize, Viper. Okay, back to, because I wasn't reading the chat. So, they didn't want all these rumors and the rumors that have started now, of course, and really isn't anybody's business. Candace, she just needs a safe place to stay. Fred and her both love Dee Dee, and Dee Dee loved them both, and she's been there for a while. It's a safe place. Yes, Dee Dee's gone, but Candace, Dee Dee told her she had a home there, so she's staying there. There's not any sex involved, and why White Boy would feel like he's the spokesman for that. And Dee Dee was my mod, and she was such a close friend, but yet, then why are you talking about this? Because they didn't want this out. If you really respected Dee Dee, you would not be talking like this. You would not. There's a reason why no one else came out with this. I feel like he's trying to glorify Don. This is like, make Don look like a saint. Oh, Candace, she never mentions Summer. She never talks about Summer. Don, he talks about Summer all the time. Don went to church this morning. Well, it's Sunday. Seventh-day Adventists don't go to church on Sunday. So, is that a lie? Or did Don switch religions? Why would Don go to church on Sunday? I'm sorry. Don does this. Don does that. Candace never does. Don is not a saint. And as he said, there's a lot more to come out. There is a lot more to come out. There's stuff that some of us have known for over a year. But you know what? Putting it out is going to hurt innocent people. So why would we talk about that? However, you know damn well what I'm talking about, White Boy. And it sure as hell don't make Don look very good, does it? So there you go. You know damn well Don is not a saint. You know that. And every time Candace and Don get in a fight, Candace runs to her friend Dee Dee. A fight, domestic violence is not just like an argument. Hello. Candace needs to stay away from Don. They're like oil and water. This is my opinion here. Wait, didn't mention Don's crash or Candace getting beat. Exactly. He didn't. Why not? Why not? Because that would make Don look bad. And he's trying to canonize St. Don at the expense of Candace. He's trying to make Candace look really bad to make Don look so much better than her. And we know that that is not the truth. So I don't know why is he still sticking up for Don? Why does he have such a soft spot for Don? You know, Don has made a career out of lying to YouTubers. He used to laugh about that. People heard him on the phone when they were talking to Candace. Oh, I'm feeding YouTubers more lies. He liked that. He likes feeding YouTubers lies. He didn't share the truth. He didn't tell White Boy the truth. White Boy does know a lot of things that are the truth, though. And it's funny how he's putting out things he thinks will harm Candace, things that aren't even true, but yet not releasing the proven things about Don. And no, I'm not going to say, like I said, creators have known, we're all reputable, and we're not going to put out things that are going to be detrimental to innocent people that are not involved in this. So I'm not saying put it out, but I'm saying it's kind of funny how he's doing selective revealing. Golden Grace, why do you think that? She can live there. She has her own room. Dee Dee told her she would always have a place to stay. That was her friend. But you have your opinion. That's fine. Oh, who am I missing? I'm sorry. Golden Grace. Boy is bottom of YouTube. Hi, Cinnamon Girl. Thank you. People have been talking about that for a couple weeks now, and I'm like, what the? I have no idea what that means. Is that like just a community? Or is it an actual group or what? I have no idea. Exactly. Exactly, they do. Hey, seriously, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Okay, Viper, I did apologize. I'm sorry. I will change my response to Degenerate and put Degenerate in my title. A group and a community of hardcore trolls. Okay, thank you. Well, I definitely don't want to have anything to do with that. I don't understand the whole troll thing. I guess the Cyrex thing is a troll community too. I don't know. I just want to deal in facts. I'm not. How many people? You know, I guess. What do you mean of the circle of Candace? You know, I don't know. I don't think that there's any unexplained deaths, actually. I know that's a conspiracy theory that's been discussed. You know, people think Allie, you know, falling or whatever. Allie had her health problems. I mean, you know, some of the people are addicts. Some of the people were involved in drug dealing. Some of the people, you know, were victims like Brianna Tester of, you know, domestic violence. I mean, I don't know. During the COVID thing, I lost, I think, 14 friends and relatives in a 2-year period. And no, not all of them COVID. They died of heart attacks, old age, other illnesses, you know, and I didn't kill any of them. Sorry. None of them were suspicious. So, and I don't, you know, hang around people that live in that risky lifestyle. I don't know any addicts. So people die and I don't know. But that's a theory. You know, some people, even if it is a little odd, I don't think any of those deaths are actually suspicious. Except for maybe Fred's mom. Thought that was a little suspicious. Cotton's, that was ruled accidental, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, with Curiosity has all the autopsy results and everything. I don't think that was ruled a suspicious death. We can talk Viper. I don't think, but that's why I'm explaining my side of it. I don't think that was fair. I'm not a cohort. I did not remain silent, and my mind was going 50 miles an hour. Kevin and I both tried to change the subject and divert it to Ernie. We aren't going to yell in a screaming match or get in a fight or something on someone else's panel. I don't think that either Kevin or I are that type of person. I'm not going to go on someone's panel and start screaming at them. That's not my way. If I don't like what they're saying, I'll drop. I've done that before. Dropped off panel, and Kevin dropped off later. So I'm not a hardcore troll. Yeah, I don't know. I troll a couple people occasionally when I'm bored, but hey, seriously, Lisa's behind in chat, I'm sure. I always am. Well, exactly. Totally off topic, but people talk about the Kennedy family curse. Really? The Kennedy family are rich. They engaged in risky activities. They, went to war, skiing down a hill backwards, playing football in a highly wooded area. That's a risky activity. I mean, they took chances more than most people. Did things that, like running for office, which is a risky activity. I don't think there's a family curse. They did risky things. People that live risky lifestyles and take chances, sometimes it doesn't end well for them, but I wouldn't say that's a curse. Some people think that's a freedom to be able to, you just read recently about what a little 9 or 11-year-old boy that was a motocrosser that got in an accident, died on the track, got run over. I mean, that's a totally other subject, but I don't know. People want their kids to have fun, but yet, I mean, I don't know. I hate that saying he died doing what he loved. I don't think that. No, I don't believe that. Yeah, it is. I guess if you try, I've seen, I don't know if it's in other cases as much as Summers, but people try to make connections that aren't really connections. And I said this last night, like, it's not when they tried to show that Patricia Dean was PG and, oh, look, she's Facebook friends with Allie. And, well, these people, they run in the same circles. They live in the same small town. They have, kids or grandkids that do things together. That's not a connection, in my opinion. You can't say, oh, look, he's Facebook friends with this person, and they're Facebook friends with this person, and they're Facebook friends with this person. So that first person and this fourth person, they're connected. No, in your head, maybe you connected them, but let's get real. You're stretching and you're going at things ass backwards. You know what I mean? You're trying to force and prove connections and theories that are not really there, and that's not how you investigate things. You're not looking at facts and then applying them. And I did put an appeal out. Hey, Wisconsin Mama. Um, I agreed she needs to grow up and added more to it. Okay, I don't. I missed this. I'm sorry. I'm actually talking and not reading chat here, so. Um, I'm out of it. Squid pro quo. Oh, that's hilarious. Squid pro quo. I love that. Some people's names are hilarious. Nobody gives this. Okay, Golden Grace. I don't know what. Sick of people giving this lady a pass for all the disgusting things she's done. Who are we talking about? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, Candace. Yeah, people that know my theory, and I discussed it last night, and I invited all creators who have a theory to please come on my panel. I'm going to set one up and have an open panel. And we can try to fit your theory into the facts as I have distilled them down, and the timeline, and whatever happened at Priceless at around 2:30, and how you think that, something happened there, how your theory fits in with that small timeline at Priceless. Okay. I'm really dying to think that. Plus, where did Candace take Summer when she left the house? So there could be other people involved. Maybe your theory fits in there somehow. I'd really like to talk about this with the facts, the timeline, the facts that we know. And instead of just making your theory and not making it fit the timeline, is let's put these things together and figure out what actually could have happened and what is just a wild goose chase. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually just talking off the top of my head, not reacting to this. Well, you know what? There you go, Eve. It's really not. It has nothing to do with Summer. It was Dee's wish that Candace have a place in her home. Dee is a very good-hearted person. All of a sudden, everybody, claims to be so close with her, but yet didn't know that she had passed away. And now they're attempting to put nefarious things. Oh, Candace was the only one with her when she died. She died in the hospital. So Candace wasn't there. So I don't know what, here we go with the rumors again, right? Somebody show some receipts, please. Whitney Houston, or is that a YouTuber? I'm sorry. Oh, Bob. Hi, Bob. I missed you. Yeah, yes, I've read that too. And that one kid that was attempting the first, I don't know, transatlantic flight or around the world or whatever, remember? That crashed into the building. And he was like 14 or something, if memory serves. 14 or 16. At what point do you draw the line, really, with your kids? What point do you let them follow their own path? Do you just give them guidance and let them decide, or do you just let them do whatever they want? I was just talking about a guy here, when we have on Lake Michigan have red flag warnings. All these crazies go down and windsurf and do all kinds of stuff when they're not supposed to be out in the water. And one guy tied a rope around his 4-year-old kid and let him jump down off the pier onto the rocks. And as the cop was writing him a ticket for child endangerment, he asked him what he was thinking. And he said, well, he wanted to go down there. He's 4 years old. He wants to jump down off a pier onto rocks in Lake Michigan during red flag warnings. You're a parent. What on God's green earth are you thinking? Tying a rope around him and letting him do that. He should have gotten more than a ticket. Seriously? Good Lord. Hey, Dodie. I think I said hi to you, Jess. I think I'm missing people. Fast and Feisty, hi. Yes. Exactly. Who did I miss? If I missed... Okay. Yep. I'm always behind in chat. That's gonna be the name of my next live. Lisa K's behind in chat. Innocent. Okay, if Cottons was considered an accident, discovering that is a question. That is a question. I didn't see that. All I saw was the Cotton, the victim, and Fred labeled a suspect. I did not see that on the letter that Fred got about his lie detector results. I did not see that. Did you post that? He was asked about that because he knew something that had not been released publicly, but that, doesn't mean there wasn't talk. I don't know. There is that question there. However, I did see the autopsy. I did see the paperwork, including some that she hasn't put out, but she did a live on that. It's not considered a suspicious death. So maybe after they talked to Fred, they satisfied themselves and that it was an accident. I don't know. I do think there's some suspicions there, but not too bad today. Dee Dee was amazing. She was a very sweet person. She was a very good friend to Don and Candace. She loved Candace dearly. She and Candace, bought that bench at the bottom of the driveway for summer. She was a very good friend. Hey, clowns, always scamming. How are you? Yeah, I think we all have our theories. I think we all need to come together. Okay. Goodbye, Degenerate Lost. Have a good day. Oh, Cinnamon Girl. Oh, that reminds me, my girlfriend had a shoulder surgery yesterday. Oh, okay. I'll have to go look at that. But apparently, no charges came of it. Nothing further came of it. But Shamoopy, go over there and look. And it was a blunt force. Let's see. Go look at Curse with Curiosity. Eve, could you drop her link, please? She did a thing on it and showed some of the paperwork, and I'd have to go back and refresh my memory. But it was cause of death was blunt head injury and blunt force trauma to the chest, I believe. Don't call me a liar if I'm not remembering correctly. I'm saying okay, thank you. Yes, blunt force trauma to the head. Right. I'm doing okay till I woke up and saw myself called a cohort in I'm not anybody's cohort. Hey, Kev. Oh my god. You couldn't see the little Mars video? It was so cute. Anybody, if you need a smile every day, sum up to that Tanganyika Wildlife and watch the little Mars, the baby pygmy hippo. And his videos every day are hilarious, and they're certainly heartwarming. And did you find it, Kev? Maybe you could. Do you follow him? He was inside swimming in the water, the water pit. He thought that was a swimming pool. It was adorable. Okay. Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah. Always. If I make a mistake, I'm lying. Oh. Those don't bother me anymore. You know what? I watch a lot of procedures. The only ones that bother me are toes. I do not like to see toenails being removed. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I also do not like when there's an abscess in the jaw and they go up through the neck. Okay, those are the two that gross me out. Anything else I can watch? Anything else? Dirty, dirty cohorts. I know cohort has such a negative connotation to it, doesn't it? Chris Channel, thank you. I know Mars is adorable. Oh, the baby goat videos. Those are so cute. I also been getting a lot of husky videos popped up. Something about animals just lightens your heart, doesn't it? Yes, I was a UPS driver, one of my many vocations. I know people want me to pick just one, but I have done several jobs in my lifetime. So I'm more than just one thing. But, I'd have a hard day. I'd go to one of my favorite dogs' houses and knock on the door and, ask if the dog could come out and play. It's just like an animal will just melt your cares away. Really. They really do. They're like a healing balm to the soul. And I pity anyone who doesn't like animals because they'd make your life so much easier and easier to bear, especially in hard times. I literally would. I would ask for a dog to come out and I would just sit in the yard and pet him or play ball and just reset. That would reset. I know. He's adorable. We start reviewing. I love Uranus. Oh my god. uh, yeah, that could be. Although I get accused of lying a lot. Hi, Starry Night. I might misspeak, or not word things. Not word things awkwardly, I guess, because I'm so careful at how I speak, and maybe it's just interpreted wrong, but trust me, I do not lie. I've had people tell me in real life I'm too truthful, so, apparently it wasn't Viper, so I have to change it. It was Degenerate Lost. So I have to change my title, and I apologize for that. Wendy, you kill me, you and your scissoring, I hate that. Scissoring. Yeah, Candace's sex life seems to be fodder for certain YouTube channels. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Cinnamon Girl. Oh, God bless you. What? What? Is that bad? I know. Oh my God. Animals just are so innocent. What? I made a post because on Ernie's panel, someone mentioned they would be on a panel talking about Peach or Ghost. I don't know what. Last night was proof otherwise. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to, hon. I don't know. I don't go on panels and bash people. That's just not my thing. I'm not a drama. I'm not a drama channel. I keep getting involved in drama somehow. I'm not sure if that's my falling down or what the problem is. I might do drama about Brooke's crime lines and lies because she is just, I don't know, I usually ignore her because, she's a big tragedy pimp channel that puts out misinformation, but we have a personal connection that goes back years, way before Summer Wells. So there's a lot more involved there, and I just ignore her. Ignore all the lies she's told about me all these years, and I do have receipts to prove that she's lying, but I do not want to get involved in a tit for tat. However, now she's made a whole entire live about me, in depth, doxing, lies, and all. So, what do I do? Do I go over it and correct it and come out with things, or do I just ignore it as usual? She just cannot. She mentions my name in every single live every day, even if she just says it. And after all these years, she still can't pronounce it right, which probably bothers me more than anything. I don't know what to do. I haven't decided. But someone mentioned that if people didn't know me, didn't know my story, didn't know how I got involved in a couple of cases, that if they listen to her, it doesn't make me look good. However, I mean, her viewers are, like, they're like a cult, like PGs, so do I care? Really? I don't know. Hey, lurking. Yes, Degenerate. I apologized and said I would correct my title. I'm sorry. Oh, my boys are amazing. Free personification of evil. That's funny. All right. Ignore it. Thank you, Spidey fan. I might. I did download it. I was going to go over it, but you're right. I don't know. I just consider the source, I guess, and hey, Karma Queen. I do not talk to Candace. However, she has, I do know 100% that she has not been ever with Rap through this whole thing. And she has not been with West Virginia Peach. She is with Dee Dee. She's in where she considers a safe place. Whether you like Candace or not, think about, people that don't like you, and there's people that don't like me. So you're willing to believe any bad thing you hear about that person, and interpret anything you hear about that person in a negative way, and I don't think this is a negative situation. And I'm not exactly a Candace fan. I think I was the first person to put out her criminal history. The video's still up. I don't delete things. So if I said it, it's still out there. But she's a domestic violence victim. She found a safe place with friends. And, Dee Dee died. Candace has been there quite a bit of time in last year during both of her times, that she's left Don. She feels like, she's in a friendly environment, a safe environment. And do we need to take that away from her? I mean, I think for all the people that wanted her to leave Don because it wasn't safe and felt like she needed to get away, now she did. So I think we should just be happy at that and just leave alone. She's not, there's nothing nefarious going on there. And if you have proof otherwise, put it out. Otherwise, you're just gossiping, in my opinion. So, conjoined. I know you are not an Ernie Shell person. Okay. Exactly. I love all my subs. I have a nice chat. We always have a good talk, a good exchange of ideas. Anybody's theories welcome here. I'll consider anything. We can talk it out, see if it's reasonable or not, no matter how far-fetched it is. Except for the one that Tim Mullen flew his helicopter and landed on One Tip Ben Hill and picked up Summer and flew her away. That one we're not going to discuss, okay? I forbid it. We're not going to discuss that on my channel. And Wendy, don't start putting little helicopters in the emojis. Sorry. I'm not going for it today. Oh, yeah, she absolutely. Okay. Thank you. All right. I appreciate that. I did feel like I read all the comments 3 times and I did rewatch the video twice. And I'm like, where on there am I acting complacent? Because that was not what I was doing. And I just felt like I needed to explain my thought process since that was a question. You can see Kevin and I trying to change the subject, trying to steer Mark away. You can see me telling Mark no, Anissa was not banned indefinitely from nursing. I was working with the facts I knew. I was posting things, in Discord and in back chat about how I was feeling about the way things were going. We were not going to talk about anyone in there. It was supposed to be a fun, lighthearted chat. What the fuck did I walk into? I was just kind of stunned and trying to figure out where to go from here. But, my stomach was clenched. I was so uncomfortable. I felt blindsided. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of here? And I'm not going to sit here quietly and be sick to my stomach. This is not what I'm here for, and not what I signed up for, not what I was led to believe. So I left. That's true. Yeah, you do seem to have a common cause. We'll just say that. Oh, can I say how I feel? Anybody can say what they feel here. I don't have a problem with that at all. Oh, hi, Kim Holmes. Yeah, I do. I do find Candace just as abusive. Absolutely. Absolutely. She can give Don what for. She broke Don's eardrum. She's always beating on Don. However, he does have a size advantage, so. Plus, he did try to run her over with a car. So that's a little excessive, in my opinion. And I do kind of think I know what that was about. So, not that he didn't have a reason to not be mad there, but I mean, what if he would have hit her with a car? He'd be back in jail. I don't know. That whole thing was a mess. That whole thing was a mess. Well, see, I don't know, Mark. So I'm not a drama channel. He said he wanted to come over and move into a new community with new people. But after I calmed down and ate something and did something else and came back 3 hours later, I see he's still there, and he was over there with nobody I recognized and nobody I recognized in chat, and so I'm assuming that's the same old group. Maybe he just went back to what he was comfortable with. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just wanted to explain that I now needs to get back to work. Maybe ask next go if you get in your own feelings. You lost me. Oh yeah, lurking. I haven't eaten yet, so okay. Don't know anything about him in there. I'm showing my ignorance. I don't know, but I can tell you this: I'm nobody's cohort. Okay, I work alone. I don't, I do research for other channels when they ask me to. If I feel it's legitimate, I won't do research for anybody that's going to use anything for nefarious purposes. Personal nefarious purposes. I will help people out misinformation. So I do research for that, but I'm not in a group. Okay. The people that I trust and confer with daily are people that do not have channels. Well, obviously they have a channel or they wouldn't be on YouTube, but I mean, they don't go live or post and there's just a couple of them actually. Because, there's not a lot of people, let's face it, out there that share my values, that do not record conversations, that do not share screenshots of private messages or conversations. And I've taken a lot of shit over the years for refusing to. Yes, I do have receipts for the things I say. I might not always post them because why would I do that? I have sources very close to certain situations. I'm not going to burn them. I'm not going to say who they are. And, I get some bombshell information, but if I release it, it can be tracked back to a person. So I wait till I hear it from two or sometimes three sources before I say something, because then it can't be tracked back to just one person. I did make a mistake one time. I am terribly sorry for it. I did say something that was tracked back to a person. I did apologize. I am to this day sorry for that oversight. I didn't stop and think. Just that one time. Nope, 7:14 here and I have not eaten yet. Oh my god. Yeah, thinking about what I got. I got a frozen dinner and some butter pecan ice cream. I think that's what I'm going to have. Hey, Anissa, welcome. We're just going over some stuff from last night and how I was roped into something that I didn't know I was doing, and I sent traders a message apologizing, and you know that I wasn't part of that, and I do apologize. Good to see you here. Hey, Nana for life, love you, girl, with all my heart. I'm glad you're there. Yeah, exactly. Well, anybody can get a hold of me on my YouTube email, but personally, yeah. And I have a phone. I have a YouTube phone, and it's not my name. And the person whose phone it is sure gets a lot of violent messages. How many prisoners she follows, I have no idea. That's insane. But yeah. Oh, Spidey fan, the dessert, the strawberry shortcake. It was some kind of, I took a picture of it after we both dug through it. I forgot to take a picture when it came to the table, but I'm like, what the hell? Evidently, that's their signature dessert. It was pretty good. I don't like chocolate, so I was glad that there was options for it, but other than chocolate. But I actually like that one was good, but I think I like the strawberry cheesecake chimichangas. Those were good. Those were awesome. Don't encourage crybaby to be good. It's late. The day's almost over. Go for it. Go for it. The raspberry, yes. I love raspberries. Yesterday, I ate a little, is it a pint? I don't know, a little tiny thing of raspberries. I love raspberries. I put salt on all my fruit. There are some you didn't know about me. I'm sure there'll be memes of me with the salt shaker, which is fine because I love salt as my very favorite food. But yes, there was a lot of warm raspberry sauce that had sunk to the bottom, so that didn't look all that appealing, but it was good. I do love raspberries. Okay, thank you, Anissa, and that's why I came live with this, and I did message traders, and I was totally blindsided. I just wanted to explain what was going on in my head when I popped up in there, and I'm like, what the total fuck? I was told that we were not going to be talking about anybody, just be having a lighthearted chat, which is honestly what I thought was going to happen, and I was plotting my exit strategy there. Yes, and I'm like, what? She's not banned from nursing forever. That's not true. But I'm not, just that was a bad situation, and I apologize for being in there. And no, it was really good. I love that whore. I just love that whore thing. That's so funny. Oh my god, I do salt watermelon. Apples. Amory. It is. It's always been. And I just went to the doctor. My blood pressure was like 106 over 68, I think. So bring it on, baby. Extra salt tonight. I do. I love salt. I buy the coarse. I got big shakers of that coarse sea salt all over the place. And I like to feel that crunch. Renee! Hey, whore! Or the C word. Saltaholic. Oh my god, that's perfect. That's definitely me. Saltaholic. Why did I never think about that? I'm definitely addicted to it, honestly. I carry my own wherever I go. Well, thank you. I don't drag people unless they put out misinformation. That's why I'm here. I don't just drag people's. I definitely don't ever drag any people's looks or weight or anything personal. And I don't appreciate other people that do that. That was his own personal thing, not mine. Ooh, tomatoes. Yep. I definitely salt tomatoes. A little ranch on there doesn't hurt either. When we were a kid, we used to just walk out. I'm from an extremely rural area. Nothing around there to do. We'd leave in the morning on our bikes and come back after dark. And we'd walk out in the garden and eat everything raw with the dirt on it. Green beans, tomatoes, cukes, potatoes. Not a lot of people eat raw potato, but we grew up on that. Yep, nothing like a vine ripened tomato, is there? Store ones just don't taste the same. I like pepper on my cottage cheese. I don't know. I just don't like cottage cheese without the pepper. What? My mother-in-law's cooking is so bad. Oh my goodness. Hi, Mama T. I know. I called Renee the C word in chat. Or not in my chat. Private chat. She just irritates me. She's a bitch, that Renee Marie. She gets a rise out of me. Oh, we're missing Charlie K. Who was after Lisa? I don't know. Somebody's always got me. Ooh, I haven't eaten rhubarb in a long time. I have this rhubarb cake recipe that is amazing, but it only turns out 50% of the time with anybody that makes it. And I'm not sure why. It's something to do with the freshness of the buttermilk, I believe. And it's a lot of work to make it. It's a sheet cake or a 9x13. It's amazing, but yeah, it's a lot of work to have it not turn out half the time. Although I do love to cook. Chapstick, hello, girlfriend. I had eaten some crunch. That's very good. Well, there you go. I like that crunch. That's why I buy that coarse. The coarse chunky salt. Oh, Spanica. What is that called? I love that too. That is good. Hey, Rumor. Whores. I love that. Oh, Another person that likes raw potatoes? I can't believe it. And green beans. I would take green beans when I was a kid, and I haven't done this in a while, but, my mom, mom's with cooking, she just, snap the ends off and boil the green beans. But no, I like to be fancy. So I would take the green beans and French cut each one of them and then cook them and add butter and French onion chip dip mixed together. Oh my God, they're heavenly. And salt, of course, on the top. Try it. It is amazing. I have to have my beans French cut. Whores unite. All the whores are here tonight. Except for Charlie K. Where's Charlie K? Oh, I love Greek. When we were in Massachusetts, we went to a Greek restaurant. And I love Greek food. And they had lemon egg soup. I have never had that before, and it was amazing. So I found a recipe that looks similar, and I'm going on vacation. Not this week, but the end of next week again. I'm going to be gone for a week again. Sorry, guys. You know me, the 80-year-old with no friends that never leaves the house. I am once again going on a vacation with my girlfriends, and I'm going to make that lemon egg soup. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was a real Greek restaurant. See, now I don't like my fruit being mixed. Look at where we've gone from. This is the fun kind of chats that I'm always afraid won't. I'm always afraid to come on without a topic. But this is the kind of fun thing where you just talk. I don't like my fruits mixed. I don't like those fusion drinks. I don't like the strawberry kiwi or the, I don't know, mixed berry or those flavors combined. I don't like those. I'm a purist. I like peach, sparkling water or peach tea. I don't like, peach with something. No. And food on a plate cannot touch. There you go. I said it. No mixing of foods. How far behind am I now? Oh, chapstick is amazing. Everybody give it up for chapstick. Everybody in my chat's amazing. Spanakopita, thank you. Yes. Everybody's serving. Chicken Alfredo with steamed broccoli. Oh, that sounds good. Can't go wrong with Alfredo. Steamed broccoli is good too. Definitely a whore. You guys are hilarious. Okay, I'm getting down to the bottom, I think. I'm only 2 minutes behind. Oh, yes, rumor. We'd get along great. If we ever meet up, I'll make us the French green beans with butter and green onion chip dip. Yes, lemon egg soup. It had rice in it too, and it was definitely lemony. And I didn't see the egg, but I did find the recipe for it, and I'm going to make it again. Oh, it was heavenly, very silky. Ah, yes! Avgolamano. Oh, City Barbecue. They have the most amazing green beans with bacon and onion. Oh my God. I always order a quart of those. I'm lucky to have a wonderful friend that shares her bounty with us, and yeah. So we're going to Lake Michigan. Sewing for a week on the lake. It's going to be fun. I love the water. I'm scared to death of the water. No, don't go swimming. Don't get my face wet in the shower ever. Don't like to drive over bridges. I swear I'm going to drown. That's how I'm going to die. And I stay as far away from water as possible. However, the odd thing is I love looking at the water. It's so calming and peaceful. Except when you're drowning in it. But yeah, no. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be really nice. Yeah, that's going to be my last trip for the year, I believe. Fall's always a busy time in my world. Isn't that like picking blueberries? We always ate more blueberries than we picked. More in our stomach than they were in the bucket. Do people still do that? Go with their kids to go picking berries? Raspberries? Blueberries? That was always fun. That's a fun thing to do with kids. Look at Fast and Feisty. We got a lot of cooks in here. I can't with fake flavor. I don't like fruit. You know, I never did like fruit until I started doing Atkins diet. It's odd then because I started eating strawberries, and I didn't really eat that many vegetables either until then. Favorite vegetable would be Brussels sprouts or potatoes. I always thought there's nothing you could do to a potato that I wouldn't eat it until I went to France and ate at Lee Duck. And it was a restaurant that I still have the business card, I think. Everything was duck there, and the potatoes were fried in duck fat, and I could not eat them. I still don't understand why. That's the only time in my life I haven't mowed down on potatoes. I'm all about the carbs there. Fake flavor. Okay, everybody's hungry, I think. Okay. I don't like fruit flavored ice cream. You know what? Oranges. I love tangerines, but I don't like orange candy, drinks, pies, baked goods with orange. I don't like orange in anything. It's just gross to me. I love jelly beans, but I throw the I buy the huge bags and I eat the purple, the pink, and the green. Then when those are gone, I eat the red and the white. Then I throw away the rest of them. I throw away the orange, the yellow, and the black. Gross me out. My mom loved the black ones. How are we talking about food? Ooh, seafood chowder. When I was just in Massachusetts, we had several lobster rolls. Although they were New England, and I like the hot buttered lobster rolls. These were good. I don't mind. I'll take lobster anyway. You present it to me. And they were good. But the hot buttered ones you can't beat. The egg is mixed. Yeah, you couldn't, it wasn't like egg drop soup where there was strands or anything. Yeah. I'll have to try making it and I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay, now I'm 4 minutes. You know, I do go on some good trips. I definitely had an epic weekend with my friends. It was nice to catch up with some people. Excuse me. What? AMF adios, motherfucker. What are we talking about? What did I miss? What did I miss? Mama T, what? Yeah, I love Chinese food too. Singapore noodles is my favorite. I like curry. Yeah. Figs. And I've never eaten a fig. My favorite vegetable is chicken. Fast and feisty, did you just change your app? Ooh, are you allergic to strawberries, Karma Queen? I used to think that strawberries and coffee, I couldn't understand how things could smell so good and taste so bad. But I do eat strawberries now, mainly because they're low carb. Well, and you have plenty of salt on them. Oh, that's funny. I like the blue ones. And they didn't make those for a long time. And I don't think they make the tan ones anymore, do they? Oh, I always search out the blue ones. I save those for last because those are my favorites. Mail them to me. Eating a chocolate malt. Okay, so I'm hooked on Haagen-Dazs butter pecan. Except that every time I make an order with shipped or DoorDash, you can't ever find it. They're always out of it. Like, seriously? Come on, Haagen-Dazs. Let's ramp up production on that one. Obviously, it's a hot flavor. Everybody likes it. If they're always out of it, think of all the sales you're missing. It's called lost sale. You need to keep track of that. But so my ship shopper, Paul, he said, oh, here, they have this butter pecan caramel. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. I'll let you know. It's probably going to be too sweet for me, the caramel. I don't know. But no. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not a vegetarian. I could go full carnivore, but I could not go the other way. Oh, a drink. Okay. I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, somebody this weekend, my girlfriend's husband, my girlfriend on her vacation, she said she couldn't eat walnuts because they taste like dirt. I had to think about that for a while. I wouldn't eat plain walnuts because I might have to agree with that. But I love a lot of walnuts in baked goods or pecans, depending on the baked good. But I do eat pecans by the handfuls, raw. Black walnuts, I'm not a fan of. Now those do taste like dirt. Sorry. And cilantro tastes like grass clippings. Changed my mind. Oh yeah, Innocent. She's over there on the other side of the planet. And it's got to be heading into what? What month are we in? October. So it's got to be heading into summer over there. Oh, fig Newtons are good. Strawberry Newtons are better. But as far as a fig, okay. I couldn't figure out what that was. AMF, AK. Oh, adios, mother. Okay, got ya. Yes. Yeah, coffee, I don't know. My grandfather was a widower, and I was his first grandchild, and he spoiled me rotten. We were joined at the hip, and he used to give me coffee when I was a little kid, like 4, 3 and 4. And I used to drink it with him, but not since then. We did everything together. He was so proud of me. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Go look at that. What's that church there? Oh, I almost called you by your real name. Sorry, innocent. Oh my god. um, um, what's that little church of the? Oh, that famous church with all the bluebells in front of it. I have a picture of that. That's um, and my friend Mary lives in New Zealand there too. There is just not a bad view in that country. You live in paradise there. I'm not kidding. I would love to go there. Every view there is like paradise. All right, Pavlova. Oh, my Aussie friends, and I know you're not an Aussie, you're a Kiwi, but my Aussie friends have make that all the time. Mama T, put it in water. That's hilarious. You know what's you love black walnuts? Oh, those do taste like dirt. You know what? Cinnamon is the best mac and cheese is the Outback Steakhouse mac and cheese. I don't know what the hell they put in that. It is really spicy and so good. It's got to have soy sauce in it. Or not soy, Worcestershire. I know it has Worcestershire in it. And onion. God, that stuff is good. I could live on that. All right. I'm gonna I think somebody else just went live. So I don't want to be over top of anyone. Sorry. I just came up to make a little short statement. Look what this turned into. Oh my god, an hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna everybody go eat now because I know we're all ravenous from this discussion. I'm glad we had this talk. I'm glad I got to talk about tell my side of things, and I'm not a cohort. Lisa K is not a cohort. There we go. We got that straightened out. And Degen and Viper are not the same person, so I'm gonna rewrite my title. So, my God. Love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. We just have such great chats. Everybody gets along, drama free. That's what I love. Okay, so everybody have a good evening. Go pick out now on whatever ice cream, fruit, or salt, whatever you're in the mood for. And we'll see y'all later. Love you. Love my mods. Have a good night. No, innocent. Thank you for being a member for 4 months, babe. I think I only have 3 members. But I appreciate you more than I can say. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.